thought I would do something different this time. I've been making all these videos of my adventures out on the bike, so I thought I would do something a little different because not everybody is interested in cycling. I'm interested in cycling, of course, but no, not everybody else is, right? So I thought, okay, why don't I just describe to you my latest adventure out on the bike, and then you can decide, I'll put a link at the end, whether you actually want to watch the video or not. So I went on this 170 kilometer tour. It was a 2-day tour. It was called the Simcoe Loop. It was a great adventure. I really did enjoy it. It was a struggle though, I have to admit. As great as an adventure it was a struggle. Well, there was a few struggles actually along the way, and most of them could have been avoided really, but that's life sometimes. Don't you think? Has this ever happened to you where you had some advice from somebody, or you read a book or something, but you decided, no, I'm not going to follow that. No, I'm going to do it my way because I know better, right? No. Even though you've never done this thing before, somehow I had this impression that I knew better. Anyways, one of the struggles, not that I didn't know better, it's just that I thought I had experience because I've done this before, except for the fact it was on a different bike. So, why I thought it was going to be easy peasy, I don't know. So I had all my luggage, my bike luggage, called panniers, and yes, it's pannier, not pannier. In Canada, I think that's the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Anyway, I had done this kind of thing 7 years ago, but for some reason I just thought, you know, it'll be easy. I'll just put my bags on the rack and away I go. No. No, actually, because the rack is different. Because the bike wasn't really, it wasn't made in Canada or the United States. So it was designed for a different country, and thereby they have a different system. So although the rack or the bags fit on the rack, it was just, I had to do a lot of finagling in order to get it the way I wanted it set up. So so there I was, all raring to go. Brr, stop. Figure out how to put these bags on the bike, and then I got to go. So I just had this feeling that I was late. I wasn't late, I just started later. Anyway, yada yada yada. I cycle over to the trailhead and all is great, and I start going along this rail trail. It was a great ride actually. It was a hot day, and the trail had all these trees on either side, and it was just like a canopy of trees. It was quite nice. So it provided nice shade from the sun, and so that was great. Until I got to the end of the trail. Now, wait a minute. There's this sign that says no trespassing. Huh? Oh, wait a minute. You know what I did? I decided not to follow the recommended route by the Simcoe organization. For some reason, I thought I would do something differently. I had never been in this area before. Why would I even think that I could do something different? Well, and it would work out, right? Anyway, I followed bad advice. There was another, like I was looking online, and there was another GPS type software out there. It's called Komoot. And I decided to follow somebody else's route, not this Simcoe route. But the thing is that was bad advice. I followed bad advice. Because I get to the end of the trail, no trespassing, and now I have to backtrack. Okay, so that's what I did. Now, mind you, I didn't have to backtrack very far, but I did have to backtrack because I followed this bad advice. Okay, so I go on further along the trail, and everything's great, actually. It wasn't too bad, but I just kept stopping. I was stopping to go to the bathroom. I was stopping to change the batteries on the GoPro. I was stopping to have a snack. I stopped to change my water. Did I tell you about that? Because I had the backpack of my camel pack, which I'm wearing right now, but I didn't want to carry it on my back. It was too hot. So I had it on the rack. So instead of just grabbing the cord to take a drink, I had to get off the bike and get it out and put it in. I pour it into my water bottle and yada yada. Anyway, it just added more time on to an already long journey, and doing all these stops just made me, I think it made me more tired. But all in all, it wasn't all that big of an issue, right? So by the time I got to Barrie, though, like, I was really tired. And I had another 50 kilometers to go after that. Well, I get to Barrie, and oh yeah, going through Barrie. Oh yeah, this is another struggle. Another thing I did was not following good advice. As I mentioned before, the Cycle Simcoe had this great map, but I decided I don't want to go that route. I wanted to go a direct route, not a route. So when I was using Ride with GPS on my computer, I was mapping in the points, and it wouldn't follow what I was mapping. And I thought, why is this happening? I don't understand this. So when you use the application, if, say, the road is closed, for instance, it'll recommend another route. Well, this is what was happening. So instead of me cluing into that, I just didn't clue into it and decided, okay, it's not taking, it's following these routes. Okay, I'm going to draw a line from this point to this point instead. In actuality, when I got to this point on the bike, the road is closed. So I had to follow this detour. I eventually did get back on the Cycle Simcoe trail, but I'm adding even more kilometers onto my ride. Did I tell you that it was a long ride? Oh my goodness. So, oh well, it was an adventure for sure. But had I followed the good advice to begin with, I wouldn't have got myself into this situation. But hindsight is 20/20, as you know. So next time, if somebody tells you go this specific route, go that route. Don't make your own way up. Don't make your own way. Follow good advice. That's my lesson for today. Oh, anyway, so I get to Barrie, and instead of going to this restaurant, I was gonna stop in at the Subway and have a gluten-free sandwich, because they have gluten-free sandwiches there. So I get there, but the road is all under construction. The whole downtown of Barrie is under construction. Oh, so okay, so I decide, listen, I'm not going through all that on my bike. Like, who knows even if the store is open, right? So I decide, okay, I'm just going to eat my little snacks that I brought, and that'll be my supper kind of thing. Well, after cycling, you know, I don't know how long it was, but a couple hours at least from Tiny to Barrie, I probably needed to have something more substantial. And I ended up, I'm sure my sugar levels were really low. So I ended up feeling kind of sick. So, but I just, you know, pedaled on, just push through it. That's my attitude sometimes. I just got to push through it, keep going, even though, you know, your body is telling you, stop. You need to stop and have something more substantial. Well, I didn't really have anything substantial. I had nuts and raisins and Aussie bites, and what else did I have? Some vegetables, raw vegetables, and a protein bar. So I had a little bit of everything, and then pushed on for the last 50 kilometers along this Oro Mondante trail, I think it's, or Ordonte, I don't know what it's called. It was the most straight and boring rail trail I have ever been on, I think. Anyway, oh, I think around the 88th kilometer, I was thinking, are we there yet? Oh my goodness. There was this guy, I passed, I'm kind of taking out my phone and looking at the GPS, thinking, I know I mapped this to my cue sheet that I should be getting to this road that I'm to go off to go to the hotel. So anyways, he says, are you lost? Well, maybe. Oh, I'm looking for James Street. Is it? Am I there yet? Am I there yet? Oh, he says, what do you want to go that way for? So he's trying to make me go another way, and I'm going, no, I don't want to go that way, because that's on even a busier street than the one I chose. So anyway, he says, oh yeah, just keep going. You'll get there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I did get there eventually. Oh, there it was at a couple blocks from the hotel. There was a road going along this road. There was a 16% grade of a hill. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I was like, here I am so, did I mention that I was tired? I'm hungry and I got to go up this hill. I am so thankful for that e-bike, because that really, really helped me. Oh my goodness, that helped me so much. Anyways, I put it into turbo and flew practically up the hill. And then of course, to get to the hotel, you got to go down down the hill. That's fine. Oh, I'm so thankful I picked that hotel with that pool and the hot tub. Oh, that was so good. Anyway, I was pretty tired and had a good sleep. And then the next day I got up, got on the bike. Did I mention about the chafing I had because I forgot my anti-chafing cream? Oh my goodness, that was really... Anyways, I get on the bike and right away I feel, I got another 75 kilometers to ride. 75 kilometers with a sore... Just pedal on, keep going. Oh well. So I don't know how I do these things. I just get this, I get it in my mind, you know, I gotta get there. And I just push on. But sometimes in life, that's what we have to do. We have to just kind of ignore all these thoughts and obstacles and whatever that's coming along our path and just keep pushing on till we got to the destination. So that's basically what I did. What else happened? Oh, my chain came off. I've been having this issue with my chain coming off. But I took off the chain, had the mechanic take the chain guard off so it'd be easier to put the chain back on. And I'm getting so good at it now. I mean, I've had so much practice that it only takes a couple seconds and boom, it's back on again. So I think that I was shifting under load. I know the first time I was doing that, but the second time I don't know what I was doing. Why that was happening, I don't know. Anyway, that wasn't a big issue. That was just, you know, I had to stop and put it back on. No biggie. So the second day mishaps really were few and far between, and I didn't stop a whole lot. And the trail was a whole lot nicer. I mean, from, I don't know. I'm not sure of the geography, but I think it's around, is there a Port McNichol or I'll have to look it up on the map. I'll have to look it up on the map when I get back to know exactly. I think it was Victoria Harbor or something, like all along there, really beautiful, just going along the shoreline. I think it was the Tay Shore Rail Trail, and it's all paved. Now that was nice. So all in all, it was a great adventure, like I said, but these little hiccups that I experienced along the way could have been avoided, I think, just by my own poor planning, following bad advice, and forgetting some important things that I could have used on the trip. I will do this type of thing again because it was a lot of fun. And one thing though, I will have to say, is that don't do a 90-kilometer ride. That's too much. Unfortunately, with this particular trail, this loop, the Simcoe County Loop, there were really only 3 places that provided accommodation. That was in Barrie, Orillia, and Midland. And well, I started out close to Midland, so obviously I'm not gonna go there. And then Barrie was about 45 kilometers down the road, kind of thing. And I didn't want to stop then for the night, right? So I did push myself and did the 95. That was hard. Don't think I'll do that again. But the second day would have been a lot better had I not had the chafing from the first day. So that made it a lot unpleasant. but I just pushed through. Oh, and the last part, that was so hard. The last part was really hard. I was from the trail somewhere between Midland and Penetanguishene. It was on the, what was it called, the Mid-Pen Link. Great trail, beautiful, but very hilly. And I was in the wrong gear and I couldn't get up the hill, so I had to push the bike. It was heavy, e-bikes are heavy to begin with, but with my luggage on there, it was even heavier. So that was hard. I'm very thankful for the walk assistance on the Gazelle because that was heavy. That was a heavy load with all my baggage and the just the incline and everything. So I eventually made it up the hill. And it's a good thing I had that experience, because by the time I got to what my brother-in-law Mo calls the 13 bridges, not of Madison County, but of Tiny, I had to, it was crazy. Okay, this is a rail trail, right? And I'm sure back in the day, the rail was up and it just went across, right? It was, I think this stream kind of went through and they ripped out the rail trail, or not the trail, but they ripped out all the rail lines, right? And took all that bridging down and built this trail. But now, where the train was just going across, now the trail was going down and up and down and up. Well, according to Mo, it's 13 times. 13, and of course there was a bridge. Each time it went down, there was a little bridge and then it went back up. Oh my gosh, I was shifting like crazy because, as you're going up, you're in that really low gear, and then as you're going down, you're in a high gear, and as you're going like across the trail to the next bridge, or the next time you have to do this dip. Oh my gosh, that was hard. That was hard, and it would have been fun had I not been so tired by this time, because I'm sure I've gone probably 70 or 65 kilometers on a very sore position. That it was not very comfortable, and I was tired. I think I mentioned that before. And I wanted to get back, and Etta needed me to take her somewhere in the car, so I was trying to get back. And anyways, now we get to 12th concession finally, after going through these 13 times. Anyway, I'm going merrily along the 12th concession, and there's a hill. Oh yeah, I remember this hill when I was going down the hill. It was great going down the day before, but oh boy, that was hard going up. And why I didn't put it, maybe I did have it in turbo, I don't know, but it was difficult no matter what. So finally I get onto Etta Street, and I'm so tired. It's about 74 kilometers, and then I get to her house and I thought, oh no, I have to make this 75 kilometers. I'm already sore and tired, but no, I have to make it 75 because nobody wants to say 74. I went 74 kilometers, but if you say I went 75 kilometers, yeah. Thankfully, I didn't have to go very far to get the 75, and I just kind of turned around and went back. So that was my journey. 2-day tour of Simcoe Loop. It was a good experience. And I like that. I would like to do that kind of thing again, but probably not all on rail trails. I mean, rail trails are great because they're flat and they're shady when it's hot, but they can be kind of boring. So, but there was some good scenery and whatnot throughout the various different rail trail systems, and I appreciated that. So if you want to see the video, I'll put a link at the end of this one, and I hope you enjoy it and make a comment or whatever. Share it with your friends, that would help too. And anyhow, I'm glad that you stuck around this long, or at least I hope you did. I appreciate you watching, and I certainly do appreciate any positive feedback yet you have. Make a comment down below. Thanks for walking along with me out on this country road.